Niori. Shion. I... Damn it.
Eat dirt! Slash! Swallow blade! Crush! Here I come! Severing wing! Flaming thrust! Swallow blade! Eternal devastation! Crush! Eternal devastation! Crush! You're mine! Crush! Eternal devastation! Crush! Swallow blade! Sonic thrust! Crush! Eternal devastation! Crush! This one's all mine! You picked the wrong fight! Eternal devastation! Eternal devastation! Eternal devastation! Crush! Eternal devastation! Eternal devastation! Eternal devastation! Crush! Swallow blade! Crush! Eternal devastation! Crush! Eternal devastation! Crush! Eternal devastation! Crush! Eat dirt! Crush! Eternal devastation! Crush! Eternal devastation! Eternal devastation! Crush! Swallow blade! Eternal devastation! Severing wind! Stardust! Rising falcon! Crush! Eternal devastation! Eternal devastation! Ah!
Alvin?
Finwell!
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Rinwell, where are we?
Ganeth Haros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
We won.
Speaking of Thistleim, it's populated by Danans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Danan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zeugles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah.
And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation and simply keep an eye on him.
Right. Hmm? You're saying we should check the owl forest?
Coming through!
Dance in the wind! Sleep now. I'll be taking this one.
On your knees!
Wow!
Sit down!
Just back it out again.
Eat dirt! Resonate with the earth!
Confiscated.
Wind! Stalagmite! Stardust!
Shining supernova!
Rising
More
falcon!
where that came from.
Pierce through!
Purge malevolence. Blah, blah, blah.
Allow me to help you.
Pierce through! Swallow
Steel
blade!
force.
Sonic thrust!
Lightning condensed. Thunderbolt!
Cannon eagle.
Illuminate the
Sonic
dark!
thrust.
Come forth, holy glimmer!
Swallow
Holy
blade.
lance!
Swallow blade! devastation!
Raging cascade! Spread! Purge the left! Blah blah blah! Next! Freeze lancer! Dead light!
I'll face you!
Eternal devastation!
Sweet dreams!
Benediction light.
Illuminate the
Swallow
dark!
blade!
Come forth, holy glimmer!
Here I come!
Holy
Crush!
lance!
Sonic thrust! Pierce through! Slash! This
No
one's all
further.
mine! No escape! Sonic thrust! You picked the wrong fight! Slash!
Gale force!
I'm ready!
Jokeling!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Could have been worse.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah. And now we can finally go rescue Xion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegus.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dana. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Danon?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegus is true, then maybe you really did meet Xion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Xion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Shion I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renin maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Shion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renin invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Sarah.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Xion's rescue? What do the others think?
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Danon, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Danon for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Xion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegus, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Xion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Xion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Xion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going. What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Xion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegus, anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegus abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegus to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting, to strive no matter what.
Then I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But, if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kind of my forte.
Come on, man, snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
Back to the inn, I guess.
There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alphen, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look sharp, people. If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Remember, if the pain's too much...
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no-Zeugle policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then. I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Come on, roll now!
Eternal devastation! Severing wind!
Eagle assault!
Rising falcon!
Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah! And the target to me!
You're finished! You're mine! Eternal devastation! Cross-sword! Eternal devastation! Take it! Sonic sword! Swallow blade!
Come on, roll now!
It's over!
I can carve through armor!
Swallow blade!
Take
Get
this!
through!
Roll it
Eternal
now!
devastation!
Kisara, frozen!
Hammer!
Eat this!
Swallow blade!
Air thrust!
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, Thistleum kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me, and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron, and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Good point. Let's stop by the inn and plan our next move from there.
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
Okay.
Why?
Damn it.
What?
Is that so?
Okay.
Great job.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of these waters. Just watch and see.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're having fish for dinner tonight. By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait, don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but...
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine. Let's get going. Thistlein was founded by Danans fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
They almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon. Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Shion?
Of course not. Shion's our friend. Almeidrea was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Shion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almeidrea was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almeidrea. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara. You sense one of your pals, Hoodle?
It feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You hanging in there, Hoodle?
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring. That would soon help us adjust.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered could be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out.
No choice!
Purge, Malone! Please, Lance! In the wind!
Win! I'm on!
Tiger Blade! Stay right now! You gotta jump for cover, okay? Raging Cascade!
On guard!
Here!
That's it! I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
Rising Falcon!
More where that came from!
Look shot!
Seal!
On guard!
Swallow Blade! Pierce through!
Test it forward! More where that came from! Puddle! I'm on a roll!
Pierce through!
Raging Sword!
Dazzle! I owe you one!
Gale Force!
Strike! Eternal devastation! Swallow Dance! You're finished! Rising Falcon! Do it! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Let's refrain from losing.
There's a nice breeze here. There we go. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
You sure know what you're doing.
All right. Anybody could reel in that.
Nice! You caught it!
Oh! This fish is way bigger than I was expecting.
Remarkable. You're top of the food chain.
Ha! All right. Boy, that's a bit of a letdown.
Could have been worse. At least you caught something.
There's the Zoogle we were asked to handle.
Discourteous, aren't you?
I'll face you.
You picked the wrong fight!
Benediction light.
Sonic
Sing it.
Blow!
Now you see what I can do.
Pierce through! Sonic Blow! Inferno Punch! Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Severing wing!
Come on, roll now.
Pierce through! Sonic Remark! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade.
My turn! You're mine!
More where that came from. Get into the wind. Seal. More for the
Pierce through!
stockpile.
Resonate with the earth.
Watch it.
Raging storm. More where that
This
came
one's
from.
all mine!
Celestial Heart.
Air pressure!
With this, I can become even stronger.
Man, this place is thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Indeed. I much prefer the forests in Menancia myself.
Not that I don't agree, but maybe now's not the best time for Elda Menin.
Gotta break through!
Benediction light.
You picked the wrong fight! First strike! Try harder!
Talon Hurricane!
Slash!
Another incantation ruined.
I have no
Natural energy.
limits!
Photon blast.
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you! Pierce through! Sonic
More
Blast!
where that came from.
Can you take it? Does it hurt?
Sonic
Now
Blast!
you see what I can watch this.
Pierce through! Swallow
Does it hurt?
Waterfall.
Slash!
Tornado
Sonic
drive.
Strike!
Get into the wind.
Swallow
More
Blade!
for the stockpile.
Slash! Pierce through!
No further.
Eat this!
You picked the wrong fight!
Shine.
Slash!
light.
Pierce through! Swallow Blade! Thanks!
Celestial
Everlasting darkness. Negative gate. Resonate with the earth.
Not in your dreams.
Pierce through! Slash! Swallow Blade! Strona!
Illuminate the dark.
Radiant
Transform
light.
holy
Rising
glitter.
Falcon!
Holy
Regenerate!
wind.
Rising Falcon! Swallow
Thanks so
Blade!
much.
Damn!
Illuminate the dark. Eagle of
Radiant light.
frost.
Force of
Holy
regeneration.
wind.
Regenerate.
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
Discourteous, aren't you?
I'm on it! Watch it!
Ready to go.
Elusive deity. I'll face you.
Light astral energy dance in the wind.
Everlasting darkness.
Negative break it does it!
I'll be saving
On
this
your
one.
knees.
Strona!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Holy glimmer, holy
You're
wind.
on!
Regeneration! Regenerate!
Air thrust!
You picked the wrong
My
fight!
natural energy crazy
Come on!
Now I'm in the groove.
Now!
Come on! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Don't get careless.
Coming through!
Swallow Blade! Eternal Devastation!
Watch it! Regenerate!
Far enough.
Along the
energy!
Swallow Blade!
No further! Don't suffer in silence!
Take this!
Lightning orb confiscated!
Sonic Thrust!
Photon flash!
I'll
Dance in
finish
the
you
wind!
here and now.
Air
Ready.
thrust!
Demon's Descent. Flashing Fang.
Now! Catapult! Swallow Blade! Eat dirt!
Tempest!
Here I come! Flash!
Lightning orb!
Tempest!
Swallow Blade!
Elusive deity!
Rising Water! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade. Anything in armor is
Dance
on
in the
board.
wind!
Swallow
Here!
Blade!
I can carve through armor.
I'll be saving
Here you
you!
Resonate with the
Sonic Thrust!
Tempest Flash!
I'm ready!
More of that
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life. There's always room for improvement. Hey, what do you say we...
Brace yourselves! This one's tough!
I'm on.
Rising!
Leave the charges to me.
Radiant light! Force of
Pierce
regeneration!
through.
Dragon Shout.
Sonic Thrust!
Regenerate!
Slash!
Another incantation ruined!
Rising Wyvern!
Benediction light!
Rising Falcon!
Heal.
Eternal Devastation! Wind!
Negative gate!
On your knees.
I'll be saving this one! Here goes!
Pressure!
Power that camera!
Take this.
Eat dirt!
Air thrust!
Now you see what I can do.
Not on my watch!
No further!
Here I come! I'm on! Slash!
Thunder field!
Slash! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Illuminate
Radiant
the
light!
dark!
Force of
Control
regeneration!
Swallow Blade!
Eagle Assault.
Swallow Blade!
Resonate with the
Let
earth!
us purge the
Swallow
level!
Blade!
On your
I'm just getting
Freeze Lancer!
I can feel my power growing! What's this thing?
Is that the Zoogle we were told to dispatch?
Little help!
Radiant light! Force of regeneration! I've used too much!
Everything does it! Glimmer! Hey! Holy Lance!
Slash! Tempest! Swallow Blade!
Dragon Shout.
Catapult!
Nothing gets... I'll crush you! Lightning Reflexes! Tenebrous Claw!
Follow me! In an instant! Impact Claw!
A comfortable win.
No choice! You picked the wrong fight!
Take this!
And more of this and I'll burn out!
Illuminate the dark!
Swallow Blade!
I'm on this! Holy Lance!
Slash! Wind!
Tectonic Fire!
Rising
Can you take it? Come on! Elusive deity! Slow dance! Slashing carve through! I'll finish you here and now! It's over! Catapult! Slash! What?
Force seal!
Elusive deity! Rip and tear! Eagle up! Do it! More! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Illuminate the dark! Come on! Holy Glimmer! Holy Lamp!
Try harder! Soar! Sonic Thrust!
Raging Cascade!
Slice! Pierce through!
Fresh!
Sonic Thrust!
Seal!
Swallow Blade!
I'll be saving you!
Hurricane!
Now!
In an instant!
Impact Frost!
How much longer will our healing arts last?
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
There are still so many creatures we don't know about.
Have you been writing stuff down about what we fight?
Yep. It's actually pretty fun to observe them from afar.
That turned out good, if I do say so myself. Rinwell,
mind if we chat a little?
You're still awake?
I've always been something of a night owl. Ever since back when I was someone's property. Turning in for the night only made the next day come quicker. I wasn't in any great rush.
Sorry.
What about yourself? Care to share something from before I knew you? You were part of a mage clan, right? Must have been handy being able to rely on magic for everything.
Hardly. In fact, not at all. Magic's not so special when you're not allowed to use it. Always scared of who might be watching?
Right. Sorry about that. I guess I've read too many fairy tales.
We were still made to study it every day. It doesn't make any sense if you think about it, studying the very thing you're being persecuted for. But that's what we did, just like our parents and their parents before them. Honestly, I don't even know how far back it goes.
If memory serves, mages have been the stuff of legend for ages. Even as far back as 3 centuries ago, they were myths. Your people were persecuted even before the Renans got here.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the less it makes sense though. I mean, it was astral arts that let the Renans dominate Dana, right? Why didn't mages end up being the rulers of Dana then?
Maybe they tried, but they just didn't have the numbers. Or maybe domination just wasn't something they were interested in. Have you ever considered it might have been something like that?
I guess I haven't.
I wonder why magic alone attracted the attention it did. Swords can be just as lethal in the right hands. Why not ban them?
My best guess? Swordsmanship can be learned by anyone. Magic's more of an exclusive club.
So, you either have the gift or you don't. When something's not easily obtainable, it's hard to comprehend. People are scared of what they don't understand. And fear leads to persecution. So the problem's not magic. It could just as easily have been anything.
Yeah. Hoodle, let me know if you sense anything. I want to go back to bed. You sense one of your pals, Hoodle?
Okay.
Okay. Yes!
What?
Really? Dohalim. Dohalim, I'm going to look into some seasonal fishing spots.
By all means.
Leave the preparations to me as well. I'll bring the rods. Would you prefer your fish served grilled or raw?
I'll, trust your judgment, Kisara.
You sense one of your pals, Hoodle? Hi, Hoodle!
Flush! The turtle dividend! Stop it!
Ow! Photon, illuminate the
Blade!
Come forth!
Start up!
Holy
Luna Rondo!
Inferno Punch! Activity!
I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar!
Shine! Radiant light! I'm ready! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Light Astral Raging Cascade!
Rising Wyvern!
Ringwell!
Frozen!
Hammer!
Raging Storm! Celestial Warrior! I'm prison!
Resonate with
I'll
the
finish
earth!
you here now!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go. Severing Wind!
Light Astral
You
Energy!
take it! Rising Falcon! Eat dirt!
I'll be saving this one!
Crush! Severing Wind!
Tempting Swirl! Where would that came from? Celestial
Luna
Hammer!
Rondo! Rising Try Harder! Pierce through! Swallow Blade! Eternal Devastation! Swallow Blade! Eternal Devastation!
Force of regeneration!
Eternal Devastation!
I'm ready!
Claw!
Blow them away!
Tempting Swirl!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
I'm on heal! Talon Hurricane!
Raging Storm!
Swallow Blade!
Celestial!
Crush!
I'm practically unstoppable.
Little help!
Benediction light.
Eternal Devastation!
Here goes Lightning Descent! Thunderbolt! Illuminate the dark! They may look cute and stuff, but they're vicious!
This one's all mine!
Rolling snap! Tempest! Dragon shout!
Can't get out of this!
I could do without this pain!
I'm on it!
Illuminate the dark!
Forgive me. This is my fault.
Holy Land!
On Hurricane! Eagle Fly! Now you see what I can do!
Not in your dreams!
I'm on it! You're done!
From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with love resuscitation.
Here goes!
I owe you
Take
one.
Raging
Resonate
Cascade!
with the earth.
Stalagmite! On your Please now!
Instinct
I'll be
sharpened!
saving you!
Crunch!
Eternal Devastation! Luna Rondo! Rising
More
Falcon!
for the stockpile! Raging Cascade!
Swallow dance!
This time! It's over!
Eagle Assault!
Eternal Devastation! Cancel!
I'm ready!
Falcon!
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
Swallow Blade! Kill it! Pierce through!
I'm ready! All yours, Kisara. My exploits are bearing fruit.
ho ho! Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho!
You're saying we should check the owl forest?
Right, here goes! Win!
Take this!
Light Astro Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Swallow blade! Swallow blade!
Photon blast!
On your prepare to be seized! Eternal devastation! First strike! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you! Lunar Rondo! Try harder! Slash! Sonic thrust! Sonic thrust!
Inspiration!
You picked the wrong fight!
I'll tear you apart!
Take this! Slash! Swallow blade! Do it! Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Shine! Radiant light!
Regeneration!
Regenerate by me.
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
Slash!
I'm just getting started! Air pressure!
Swallow blade! Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Could have been worse.
What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Shion? She's waiting for us.
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. Namely Volron. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured. We might as well show up gift-wrapped. Right, Kisara?
That's right. Besides, Alphen still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
I'm fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while. Does that suit you better?
A little bit.
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, She would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me. I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you 1,000,000 times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
I really hope Shion's okay.
I get why you're concerned. But if you don't rest when you can, you're going to regret it.
She's right. We need our rest to conserve our strength.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks, you two.
No problem. We'll save Shion. I know we will.
Make sure to get some good rest.
Alone. I'm all alone.
Let's go. We don't want to keep Shion waiting. Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
I always hear you muttering to yourself whenever we're in battle. So, just what are you saying?
Why do you want to know? Does it bother you or something?
Not really. It's just the way you talk is sometimes kind of creepy. So I was wondering if you vent your frustration through your magic. Are you yelling, "You stupid jerk," or something like that to pump yourself up?
What? No, that's not what's happening during my incantations. I'm just focused, so I match my tone to fit the mood of whatever I'm trying to invoke.
Invoke?
How do I put it? Basically, the elemental astral energy behind each art, I guess.
Astral energy? Hold on, are you saying you can talk to astral energy?
Not exactly. But if I put emotion into what I say, it's easier for me to properly cast my arts. That makes sense?
Kind of. Okay, so if you can talk to astral energy, then you can ask it to, like, predict the weather or find secret treasure?
Wait, you don't really think that, do you?
Or you can ask it to send down lightning to where there's bad guys lurking and...
May lightning condemn those who bear false. Thunderblade!
What are you doing? You almost fried me with that!
I just asked the astral energy to send down lightning where there were annoying boys.
I don't know what to do. Things can't go on like this.
What do you mean?
Ah! Oh, it's you, Rinwell.
You were talking about me, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I've just been thinking about some things.
Really? How unusual.
Cut it out. I'm being serious here.
Sorry.
I was thinking about... You know how I used to work for Ganabelt back when I was in Cyslodia?
Yeah, of course. You were brought in after the Snake Eyes killed your friends, right? I mean, you had to.
Right. I used to have nightmares about it when I fell asleep. But lately that's been happening a lot less. I don't know how to feel about that.
That's a good thing, isn't it? You should be happy.
Yeah, but... I did a lot of terrible things back then. And I'm scared I'm starting to forget what I did.
Okay, so let me just get all of this straight. You think you'll forget everything if you stop having those nightmares? Why?
Because... You know me. I'm freaking stupid.
But it sure doesn't sound to me like you've forgotten.
Well, yeah, but still.
I don't think those nightmares going away means you've forgotten. Maybe it's a sign that you've come to terms with what you did.
Come to terms? You mean like Alphen with his past? You think that's what's happening?
Yeah, I do. You're pretty amazing, Law.
I am?
Yeah. Not all of us have figured out how to accept our pasts. Least of all, me.
Rinwell.
That's what we're going to climb?
The villagers managed it on their escape from the city. We're going in the opposite direction, but where there's a will...
There's always a way, right? And it looks like we're out of options. Let's grit our teeth and go! Is it just me, or does Rinwell suddenly seem much more comfortable around Dohalim than she used to?
I noticed that too. When the two of them came and found me together back on the beach, I could hardly believe my eyes.
It's not like we had a choice or anything. Law and Kisara had to hang back to convince the villagers we meant them no harm. More than that, though. There are a lot of things I've still got to come to terms with regarding Almadria. But I guess I'm through making snap judgments based on someone's origin. At least, I'm trying to be. I guess you could say it's a work in progress.
I see. You hear that, Law? Sounds like all that hard effort wasn't for nothing.
Yeah.
That's got to be reassuring to hear, right, Dohalim?
Not being subjected to unwarranted suspicion is certainly welcome.
Yeah, that long-winded way you have of talking, though? Not so much a fan of that.
I think that's more of a personality thing than a Renin trait.
Really? In that case, I won't have to feel guilty getting annoyed by it.
Hey, when did I... I get so popular.
Swallow Blade! Severing Wind!
It's a duel of the arts!
Resonate with the
here! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! First strike! Shot!
Raging cascade!
First strike! Yeah, appreciate the concern.
The sooner you stop fighting, the sooner you can start helping.
I mean, yes, sir. Negative gate. You're mine! I'm ready! Demons descend! Flashing fang!
The astral energy is surging around me.
How do you even know about all that astrally stuff?
Same way I know what you do in the middle of the night.
What? Are you serious?
Crap. This injury hurts more than I thought. Shion, sorry, but could you... Oh. Right.
This will be a delicious piece of cake.
You picked the wrong fight!
There you are!
I'll take you all!
No further!
This will come in handy.
Resonate with the Armor won't save me! Now I'm in the green!
One more time.
Crumble! Air
Be still!
In here.
Rising Falcon!
I'm ready! Don't leave! Hey! Blow them away! How's that?
Illuminate the sky.
Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up. Can you take
Now.
a new
Eternal
melody?
devastation! Jubilee! In an instant! Impact block!
We can really make weapons with this?
This will be a delicious piece of cake.
Sonic Thrust! Try harder!
Not so fast.
Not in your dreams.
Flash! Sonic Thrust! Gas through! Sonic Thrust! Here I come!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah!
Can't get out of this!
Forward blade! Pierce
Lightning
through!
orb.
Slash!
More without me.
Radiant Rip! Eat dirt!
I'm ready!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
Armor won't save you!
Swallow
I'm on
blade!
a roll.
The enemy wields
Rising
arms
light!
too.
You'll soon see about that.
Yes! I'm getting stronger!
Care to put that claim to the test?
I'd love to, but I got this thing.
Gotta break through! Swallow blade! Win!
Negative gate! Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite! Bet that shell's hiding something tasty. No armor can stop me!
Remind me to stay on your toes.
Temptation ruin. Take it in time. No no further!
Sleep now.
Swallow blade! Shine! Radiant light!
You picked the wrong fight! Now I can let loose! Swallow blade!
Is that a healing art?
It is. I can't ignore your pain.
And I'll try to be more careful.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Ready and right!
Now!
Sonic Law! Look sharp!
Lightning tiger blade! See that?
That training's paying off! Sonic thrust!
Chinese
Rising
supernova!
Viper!
Step back! This one's all law!
What's this thing?
Gotta break through!
Lightning confirmed!
Eternal devastation!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth, only only land!
Be careful, everyone. This one isn't normal. Sonic thrust! Pierce through! Crush! I'll run you through! Here I come! Swallow blade! It's over!
I can carve through
I shall ensure you survive this.
Take this!
I'll tear you
Swallow
apart!
blade!
Rinwell! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around.
Certainly not.
What's this?
Air thrust!
Eternal devastation!
Photon
I'm ready!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
I'm surrounded!
Slash! Eternal devastation!
Swallow dance!
Art expert coming through!
You picked the wrong fight! Swallow blade!
I couldn't make it in time.
An astral arch?
That's my cue.
Shut him down!
Not in your dreams. We'll hold it together. It's do or die.
Swallow blade!
In a bind?
Sonic thrust!
Far enough!
Swallow blade! We're clean at house.
Let me take the rest of them!
Well, someone's feeling lively. I'll be saving this
Another
one.
incantation ruined. It's in your hands now.
Stay away from my friends! Slash! It's on!
From beyond.
You picked the wrong fight! Swallow down! Try harder!
Shine! Radiant light!
I have no limits!
Regeneration! Regenerate!
Thunder field.
From beyond! Imbue this vanquished soul with light! Resuscitation!
Swallow blade!
Arms are being interrupted! Shine! Radiant light!
Ready to go!
First strike! Sonic thrust!
Denied!
Sonic Inferno punch!
I thought you were going to wreck the place.
I'm not nearly finished yet.
Here I
Then I'll
come.
provide assistance however I can.
Sonic thrust! Slash!
Get
Swallow
into the
blade!
wing.
Shattering slash!
Feel.
Sonic
Get on
thrust!
in there with
Take
the
this! It's on!
I'll face you.
Too much to handle.
Swallow blade! You picked the wrong fucking more of this and I'll burn out! This should make for some good weapon crafting material. I've never stood so close to a waterfall like this before.
I bet it'd feel real refreshing to take a shower underneath.
Shine! Radiant!
So fine not too long ago.
More for the stockpile.
Eat that! Sonic thrust! I'm on a roll now!
Open your deck, Johan. And tonight's meal is on you.
Eagle Bomb! Net freaking subject! Resonate with you!
Not a chance! No escape! Swallow blade!
Eagle Bomb!
Pierce through!
No further!
Sonic thrust! Pierce through!
Rip and tear!
Seal.
This one's all
Nice, Law.
Leave it all to love!
Now, hey, I'm gonna shoot
Demons descend! Flashing fang!
I still got a ways to go!
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
You picked the wrong fight!
I'll smash you!
lightning
Going
orb.
through!
Ninja.
Inferno
In
punch!
here.
Flush!
Get out of here together.
Going through!
Confiscated.
I'll tear you to it!
Totally! In an instant!
Impact cross!
We work well together.
Like a finely timed walk.
Swallow blade!
Holy glimmer.
Sonic
Holy
thrust!
Now for
Pierce through! Try harder!
lightning.
I'm like bait to them.
Swallow blade!
Slash! Try harder!
Take it!
Sonic thrust!
Swallow blade!
Now.
Totally! In an instant!
Impact cross!
So that didn't go as planned.
We must consider well if this is the right path.
Ow!
Illuminate the dark. Holy glimmer.
Dragon shell!
Rise to Falcon!
Hold on to your
Swallow
armor.
blade!
Here I come.
Slash! This one's karma!
Through armor!
Holy land.
Resonate with the earth!
Eat dirt!
On your knees!
Illuminate the
They got me swallow blade!
Holy glimmer.
Excellent technique. How are your weapons? That's not to give me any
Swallow
idea.
blade! Eat this! On your knees!
This hurts the
Rising
level.
Viper!
Resonate with the
In
earth!
here.
Dragon shell!
Your blade moves like silk. I'll just let my instincts take over. How fascinating.
Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
Guess we don't know our own strength.
You could say that again!
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
Slash! Sonic thrust!
In a bind?
Pierce through!
Confiscated. Light astral
Thank
energy.
you! Swallow blade!
Air thrust.
All back in your defense!
Glad you have your uses.
I'll show you how useful I can be!
Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
See that?
Training's paying off!
Thunder field.
Lunarondo!
Rising waterfall. Sleep now.
Everlasting
Get
dark.
on in there with the others.
Negative gate. Resonate with the earth.
Hold on to your armor. Here I come.
Your blade moves like silk. I just let my instincts take over. How fascinating.
Sleep now. Now.
On your...
In an instant! Impact block!
We may be a touch beyond our depth.
We barely got a look at the thing. This might... be some decent equipment.
Anything that makes battles easier is okay by me.
How long has it been since I last went this hungry?
This'll... make us even more formidable.
How much farther?
I don't think we're even halfway there yet. Hang in there.
Not even halfway? Are you serious?
That's no reason to give up. Little help.
Inspiration!
Art expert coming through. Wind master energy. Up and down. Let's go.
In a bind?
I'm ready!
Hikara! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Illuminate the dark.
And more of them will burn out!
Sonic thrust! Pierce through! Rising wyvern! It's on!
Now I'm in the groove!
Steel force.
Eagle assault! Rising fabric! Lunar rumble!
Demon's descent.
Flashing fang! Easy!
Way to go.
Eat dirt!
I'll tear you
Try
apart!
harder! Storm! Pierce through! Sonic thrust! Pierce through! Swallow
Now.
blade!
Look sharp! Lightning fire blade! Nice one, Alphin.
Yeah, there's more where that came from.
do you say we check back in on the ranch?
I always loved the sound of hammers banging away.
I'd like to check their wares if you don't mind.
What is this place?
Careful. We've got company.
Doesn't look like we're getting past without a fight.
Watch your feet. Fall from here and it's curtains.
We're just trying to get past. Get out of our way!
Save your breath! All that thing sees is a talking meal!
So let's show it how wrong it is! Is it trying to stop us?
Inferno punch! Catapult!
Dance in the wind! The flashing parts are their weak points. Remaster energy! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
First strike!
Dance in the wind!
You may be strong, but I'll never back down!
Regenerate! Big blast!
Allow me to help you. Is that a healing art? It is. I can't ignore your pain, so I'll try to be more careful.
Now you see what I can do! Roll now!
Dance in the wind!
Another incantation ruined.
Its wings are lighting up!
It's getting ready to attack!
Forgive me.
Stay away from my friend!
Tremendous power.
Don't face it head on.
God, Mike!
Eternal devastation!
Denied!
You picked the wrong fight!
Let's tear him up! Inferno punch!
Raging
Now I'm in
cascade!
the groove!
Field!
Eternal devastation!
This will come in handy!
It's finished!
Eternal
Let's do it!
Swallow blade!
Steel force!
To the front!
It's showtime!
Sonic thrust! Try harder!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
Armor won't save you!
Lightning strike!
Radiant light!
Regeneration!
I owe you one.
Come forth! Holy
This
holy
one's
land!
all mine!
Don't suffer in silence, Benediction Light.
What is this?
Hey, you okay?
I can still do this!
Light astral energy!
Ready
further!
Don't mind if I do!
Benediction light. Not my finest. I couldn't make it in time.
Lightning condemned!
Swallow blade!
Sometimes the best
carry
thing
away.
is to
Devastation!
swallow.
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
From beyond.
You picked the wrong
Lightning
fight!
condemned! Thunderblade! Illuminate the
Eternal
dark!
devastation!
Holy water! Holy land!
Slice! Eat this! Talon hurricane!
Let you all down.
Is this it?
Illuminate the dark!
From beyond. Imbue this vanquished soul with love. Resuscitation.
Not done yet!
Shine. Radiant light. Force of regeneration. Regenerate.
You must be tired of healing me.
I'm merely doing what I can to help.
Glad you're on our side, Doreen.
Denied!
No art of being interrupted.
Eternal devastation!
Come forth! Holy glimmer! Holy land!
On your knees.
Dragon shell! Burn! Eternal devastation!
Take
You'll
this.
pay for that! Inspiration! I could do without this pain!
From beyond. Imbue this
Eternal
vanquished soul
devastation!
with light. I've used too much. Shine. Radiant light. Force of regeneration. Regenerate. Anything
I'm in your debt, Doreen.
Then tonight's meal is on you.
You got it. What to make?
Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy glimmer!
Resonate with the earth.
Eat dirt!
Stalagmite.
I'll smash you!
On your knees.
Crush! Dragon shell!
Raging storm!
Forgive me.
Not done yet!
Can you take it?
Crush!
Pounce it.
Eternal devastation!
All wrapped up. Don't be complacent. Do you know that word?
Yes, I'm not an idiot.
Not in your dreams!
On your knees.
I'm gonna need more than that.
Raging cascade!
Resonate with the earth.
Sleep now.
Stalagmite.
Get on in there with the others!
Eternal devastation! Is this it?
Lightning
require
condemned! Thunderblade! Now for something special! They're not playing around!
On your knees.
Eternal devastation! Crush! Eternal devastation!
Arctic waterfall! Feel!
This is some punishment.
I've let you all down.
Far beyond the darkest sky!
Swallow blade!
I call upon
Forgive
thee!
me.
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Now for something take care of Poodle. We're just trying to get past. Get out of our way!
Save your breath! All that thing sees is a talking meal.
Let's show it how wrong it is! Is it trying to stop us? Eagle dive! Swallow blade!
I'll finish you here
The
and now!
blackened parts their weak points. Holy land!
Shine. Radiant light.
away!
Regenerate.
What a relief. Yeah, appreciate the concern.
The sooner you stop thanking, the sooner you can start helping.
I mean, yes, sir.
Eternal devastation! Crush!
Let's get you
Eternal devastation!
Shield!
Carve through.
There you go!
What's this?
Don't let
Swallow
up!
blade! Pierce through! Take this!
Raging storm! Alright! It's showtime!
Swallow dance!
Ice prison! Its wings are lighting up!
It's getting ready to attack.
Don't suffer in
Illuminate
silence.
the dark! Come forth! Holy
Such
glimmer!
tremendous power.
Don't face it head on.
Dragon shell!
Confiscated!
Rip and tear.
It's wide open!
It won't escape me.
Finish you here and now.
Eternal devastation!
Sealed!
Eternal
Get on in there with the
devastation!
others!
Swallow blade!
Arcane waterfall!
Regeneration! Not done!
Regenerate! I will work all day!
Here I come!
In here!
Okay,
Take
here I
this.
go!
Let's get you all tucked away!
Eat this.
Eternal devastation!
Pieces.
Take it.
Let's go! Raging
Hitting
cascade!
Twilight! Crush! Elusive
Lightning
blade!
condemned!
Hitting power! Here it comes!
Illuminate the sun!
Elusive
Holy
deity!
glimmer! Holy
Hitting
light!
eternal devastation!
Shine! Radiant light!
Rip it bare!
Regeneration! Regenerate!
Lightning orb!
Should have messed with me!
I couldn't make it in time.
Lightning condemned! Thunderblade!
Do it!
Darkness!
Illuminate...
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Talon
From
sword!
beyond, imbue this vanquished soul
Champion
with
sword!
hesitation!
Celestial hammer!
What the
Red
hell?
prison!
On your knees!
Ready!
Air pressure!
Dance in the wind!
Shine!
Air
Radiant
thrust!
light! Force of regeneration! Regenerate! Now I can let
Like
loose!
the dark!
Ready and
Holy
ready.
Allow me to help
Holy
you.
land!
I'll smash you!
Elusive deity!
Dance in the wind! Flooding your
Forgive me.
streets.
This is my fault.
Purge malevolence!
beyond.
Update waterfall! Sleep now!
Resuscitation!
Walk on the stockpile!
Talon sword! Not done
Steel
yet!
force!
No further!
Illuminate the dark!
Nothing hit by me!
Born up! Holy light!
This one's all mine!
Champion swirl!
Eat this!
Celestial
I'll
hammer!
tear you apart!
Razor cyclone!
Eat dirt! Talon sword!
Celestial hammer!
Eternal devastation!
Incredible.
Talon hurricane! Take this! Now I'm in the groove! I'll smash you!
Raging storm! Swirl shot! Celestial hammer!
Benediction light.
Heal!
Dance in the wind!
I need something.
You need... Shield.
Now the mighty have fallen. A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Shine! Radiant light! Regeneration! Regenerate!
I'm ready.
Now I'm in the groove!
Far enough.
Eternal devastation! Crush! You picked the wrong fight!
Thank you.
You're mine! Crush!
Thrilling performance.
Elusive deity!
Energy! Getting stronger!
Switching up its movements!
Lightning condemned!
Watch out! I'll smash you!
Thunderblade! The enemy is going all out!
Benediction light.
Rage! I can't hold on much longer! I'm ready!
On your knees. No further.
Crush!
Benediction light.
Dance in the wind!
Crush! Swallow
Sleep
down!
now!
Eternal devastation!
More for the stop!
I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
With fauna like that, I'm impressed so many people from Thistleum made it through here alive.
Who's to say there weren't a whole lot more of them who didn't?
Well, at any rate, it should be a safer climb now that we've cleared the way a bit, right?
No. So long as people feel the need to face terrain this perilous, I'd say true safety's some way off.
You mean defeating Volron and putting an end to the crown contest, right? I guess that would be the best solution here, huh?
We've wasted enough time here already. Let's get going. Xion needs us.
How are we still not there yet? It feels like we've been climbing this mountain forever.
It helps if you try not to look up or down. All you need is silent determination. Talking too much will only waste energy and burn you out.
I'm too tired to look up or down, even if I wanted to.
Take care you don't fall, at least. Unless you want to make a Zoogel's day, that is.
Zoogles? Why would they care if I fell or not?
How would you feel if a 3-course meal fell right out of the sky at your feet?
Zoogle Chow.
Law? Best not to listen to him if you can help it. You'll only be encouraging him if you do.
Tell me that before I listen next time.
Still, Tohalim has a point. One wrong step and it's curtains.
Wouldn't it be great if we could all fly like Hootle? I bet even the refugees who didn't make it would have made it to Thistleum that way.
Until we magically sprout wings. Let's just watch where we're stepping instead, okay? Come on. Xion's waiting for us.
coming through.
Illuminate the dark!
Eternal devastation!
Begin!
Escape! You picked the wrong fight! Swallow dance! Swallow blade!
Leave the torch!
Eagle assault!
Now,
Good
goodwill! Demons descend!
Flashing fang!
Easy! Way to go!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
What is it, Hoodle? You want to go back?
Animal intuition, perhaps?
Hey!
Are you insane? What the hell were you thinking? I thought we were gonna die!
One simply needs to be bold and act with conviction in times such as these.
Did you know it was gonna be safe before you jumped? Because I sure didn't.
More or less. I figured there would likely be a basin here akin to most such waterfalls.
Don't just make people jump off cliffs on a hunch!
Are we ever gonna finish climbing this ladder?
We're climbing a considerable height. It's only natural that it will take some time.
That's not the problem here!
We are getting closer to the top, aren't we?
You've just got to keep your spirits up, Rinwell. Positive thinking is everything.
We finally reached the top.
My limbs feel like they're about to fall off.
Already? You kids need to train more.
She's right. We don't have time to catch our breath.
Someone's got a lot of pep in his step. No backing down!
Swallow blade!
Now you see what I can do!
Thank you!
Raging storm!
I'm like raging
Arch shield!
The enemy wields us
Don't
too.
mind if we'll soon see about that!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Swallow blade!
Sleep now.
Sonic thrust! Slash! Swallow blade!
Watch
You know, watching you really makes me realize
Makes you realize what?
maybe thinking too much gets in the way sometimes.
Exactly! Don't
Now!
Demons descend! Flashing fang!
Magic advance!
Sonic instantaneous through! Take this! Swallow blade! Slash! Swallow blade! I'm
Here I
ready!
come! Celestial hammer!
I'm even stronger than before.
choice!
Dragon shot! Confiscated!
Swallow blade!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy glimmer!
Swallow blade!
Bet that shell's hiding some irritation.
No! Can't even hear!
I couldn't make it in time.
I'm on it. I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Eat this! You're done!
Can you take it?
Heal! Power malevolent! Arctic waterfall! Tree
I'm
lancer!
just getting started! Blow away!
Guess what the doctor
Sword
ordered?
blast! Take this! Blow away! They got me flanked!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy
Blow
glimmer!
away!
Holy land!
Big blast! Solid storm! I'm ready! Red Demon's descent! Flashing bang!
How much longer will our healing arts last? There's history in the air here. I can smell it.
I don't smell anything.
Don't encourage him.
We did it. We've reached the top of the mountain.
About damn time. My knees are singing symphonies over here.
Look, there it is.
That's it. That's Pelegion, the seat of Volron's power.
So that's where Shion's being held?
Most likely.
Most likely.
That is what I said, yes.
Pelegion's still our best lead. So that's where we go, right?
Any advice before we head in there?
No.
No?
In the ancient tongue, Ganeth Heros means Fortress of Naught, though I fail to see what insight that nugget of trivia holds.
I guess I just thought you might have something we could use.
Since Volron became Lord, the only thing this realm has been known for is its shroud of secrecy. It is Volron's stronghold. All else is incidental. Just keep in mind that you can't be too careful inside.
Speaking of which, just how are all of us planning to get inside exactly?
It's not like there are any secret passages.
We've come this far. If there's no other way in, I guess we'll just have to use the front gate. Volron told us to come find him, which means he's expecting us. Let's do this the old-fashioned way.
Land of water or no, this place has a most curious atmosphere.
I'd be taking a dip in it if the circumstances were better.
Sorry, but we have to push through for now. Shion is waiting.
Yeah, I hear ya. A soak can wait.
I sure hope nothing bad's happened to Shion.
Keep those thoughts to yourself, Rinwell. Everyone's anxious enough as it is.
Sorry. It's just... I can't seem to stop thinking about it. What do you think it is that Volron wanted with her anyway?
Going by what he said back on Almadria's ship, it would appear his primary target is Alphen. Though, it's likely he hasn't forgotten the blow he sustained at Shion's hand either. That might even be what ignited his interest.
Yeah, did you see the way he reacted? It was like he was enjoying every moment. Even his pain at Shion's thorns. Oh, that guy's just creepy.
Let's just hope he's keeping his perverted tendencies in check.
What? Law? Don't say things like that.
It's not like we weren't all thinking it.
That's still no reason to...
All right, you two. Now that's enough already. Alphen shouldn't have to grit his teeth while he listens to you.
Oh.
Sorry.
I swear I've seen that castle somewhere before. Right. I remember seeing it from the cliffs in Calaglia, across the sea.
You mean Bullron's castle?
Yeah, that must have been it.
Geographically, it would make sense. It's most certainly large enough to be seen from afar.
Back then, I had Shion and Zephyr with me.
Well, we haven't lost Shion. We can still get her back, you know.
That's right. I won't let Volron take her away from us.
This shall suffice. Please, everyone, have as much as you like.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit.
Sorry for rambling on so much about my past earlier.
Don't sweat it. It was fun hearing you reminisce about the good old days.
Come on, you don't have to pretend with me. I know I can tend to go on sometimes, when it comes to my brother.
You said it, not me. Anyway, I don't think it's something for you to be embarrassed about.
Hey, Alphen. When you were a kid, was there ever a time when you had to bury someone younger than you?
Well, it's hard to say. I'm guessing that you have, though.
Yeah. During the previous crown contest, with the Lord before Dohalim. Life back then was truly hell. I think that's why I tried to ignore what Miguel was telling me for so long. Because I was afraid of going back to such a dark time, of losing hope. I wanted to believe in our paradise so much that I doubted the one person I should have trusted most. I don't blame blame Dohalim for that. I simply didn't want to face facts. And I ended up trying to project my ideals onto everyone else.
It's strange. Whenever you and Dohalim talk about Menancia, it's always like it's some big failure. We're talking about fixing 300 years worth of damage here. Isn't it a bit optimistic to think it was all going to be resolved after only 5?
You might be right. Maybe it was a mistake when Menancia... No. When I decided to stop seeing the darkness in our society. I have to admit the truth. To myself, first of all. I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
don't want Shion to get mad at us for dragging our feet.
Alphen?
She's the one that's kept us on track. Picked me up when I was down.
Sure.
I just thought she'd always be there.